Hey everyone, we're talking Britney Spears through numerology, and I'm going to show you through her date of birth why she has faced so many challenges and struggles within her life. We do this through something called the Vedic grid. It is how we analyze someone's personality, their strengths, their weaknesses. It's also the foundation that we use within Vedic numerology to make predictions. I do have a video that really goes into detail on the Vedic grid. You can check that out if you want. Okay, let's get her numbers into the grid. So she's born in December. That's the 12th month of the year. So the 1 goes here, the 2 goes here. Always follow this pattern because the numbers are just representative of the planets and their vibrations. Okay, she was born on the 2nd of the month. The 2 goes here. Then we go to the year 1981. Never take the first 2 numbers of the year, only the last 2. So that was an 81. We put the 8 here. Another 1 goes here. The final piece is to put in her destiny number. This is also known as the life path number in other systems, but it's the same thing. So the destiny number is all the numbers in the date of birth added up, condensed down to one number. She's a destiny 6, ruled by Venus. Now we can analyze who she is. So this is why I think numerology is so important because, it allows us to see someone's numbers, how they're operating, and then find more compassion and empathy for the person. And it really allows us to kind of let judgment flow away. What I want to say first about Britney is she's very caring and compassionate. Yes, there have been challenges, but see these 2 2s that's represented by the moon. So she has double moon energy. She really is very caring and sensitive, but the challenge comes in that she has a number 8 attached to the moon. And what is number 8? It's Saturn. And what does Saturn do? It restricts emotions. It's restricting her emotions and really not allowing her to fully express things in a proper channeled way. Then the other thing is, so she has a number 6. That's her Venus destiny number. But the 2 2s, because they're -2, right? More than 1 2 is known as -2. They're affecting her ability to really find her value and her self-worth. Okay, let's go to the 1s. She has 2 1s. This is known as -1. And see, they are squared to the 2. There are really challenges in communicating who you are to the world. You're too caught up, meaning Britney, she's too caught up in how other people are seeing her to express herself authentically. Because it's -1 and -2. This also created a great amount of problems between her mother and father, often revolving around money because see the 6 in the middle, that was money issues regarding the mother and the father and how they saw things. Okay, and here is what I see to be the big problem for Britney is see she has no 9, 5, or 4 here. And so she is not able to be self-reflective about things within her life. And so if she goes through a problem or a challenge, instead of really learning it and synthesizing all of the information and creating, a new way of being for future experiences, she's not able to really analyze what's happening properly. And then because she has the 2 2s, which makes her compassionate, you can see how that sets up this huge recipe for disaster for people to take advantage of you, right? Because when you're not being able to analyze what's happening and you're too compassionate, it just paves the way for a lot of problems with people taking advantage of you. She also has no 7 in her grid. So 1 7 is known as +7. It can really stabilize someone's life in spite of having all these other challenges, but she has no 7. And so she has other problems in other areas of her life, but she doesn't have an anchor to really ground herself on her own. So she's kind of just floating out in this sea of emotions and not quite sure what to do. She also doesn't have a number 3 to bring in this optimism and hope for the future. So you can see there is this huge set of challenges based on these 2 numbers, the number 1 and the number 8. So if you have 1s or 8s in any amount and you do not have a 7, this is known as a defamation yoga. And it's exactly what it means. It means your name is defamed for some reason. It can either be because you did something to create the scenario or someone did something to you through no fault of your own. So she does have this defamation yoga. And it's just a matter of time before it's set off for something to happen that is not good. And it's set off by something that we call the dasha. So, dashas are planetary time periods that we use within Vedic numerology to make predictions. I'm not going to really go into it much here. But the reason it's a defamation yoga is because number one is the sun. And number 8 is Saturn. And Sun was an enemy to Saturn per Hindu mythology, but because her ones are not in control, right? 1 will make, the sun in control of the grid, but ones are not in control, and she has a -8 because it's in an odd amount. So I just wanted to show you Britney's date of birth in relation to the Vedic grid, not only so that there can be more empathy directed towards her, but also so that you could see when there is a challenging date of birth, it does create significant struggles, but we aren't meant to stay in the vibration of the numbers of our date of birth, right? That's only the karmas that we have come into this life with from past lives. We are meant in this life to rise to the highest vibration of what our destiny number is. And so that's what Britney really needs to do, right? She needs to let go of her attachment to how other people see her and just move into, self-worth, really standing in her own power for that. Please let me know if you have any questions about Britney's grid. And I also have a live class starting soon on how to create the Vedic grid, and we'll really go deep into it. And then you can ask me individual questions on what the numbers are doing within your life. You can register for that at brooknumerology.com, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.